Welcome back to another bag review by Dave Sam. Today we've got an excellent installment from Black Ember. And in my opinion, this bag could be the perfect city commuter bag. If you're coming back to the channel for another review, thank you for joining me again. If you're coming for the first time, thank you for checking out the channel, much appreciated. If you wouldn't mind, go down, like, subscribe, get notified, but most importantly, like. It helps the channel tremendously. It helps YouTube, or the YouTube algorithm, I should say, know that you guys think my video is dope. And, you know, if you don't think it's dope, I guess don't like it, but it's kind of rude. And I guess I'll see you later. You can stop watching right now. Introducing the Black Ember Shadow pack, coming in at 26 liters. It also comes in a 22-liter version. I already have a couple of 22-liter backpacks, or 20 to 22-liter backpacks, so wanted to do something a little bit bigger, change it up a little bit, and this is really, really nice so far. If this bag looks familiar, it is because on this channel, I did a review of the Black Ember Citadel R2, which is basically the older brother of this backpack, or older sister, depending on how you want to look at it, or older they. Beautiful, elegant, supremely designed. The Citadel R2 was a really, really nice backpack, but it was flawed in a lot of ways. It had a lot of nuances that made it such that you could really only recommend it to a niche group of people. The Shadow addresses all of those issues in a way that makes it really, really fun to use. Let's jump right in. As usual, we got all black everything, and the Shadow pack is not actually offered in any other colorway. And honestly, Black Ember really doesn't offer any other colorways in general, except for their Forge pack, which they've released in like a camo multi-cam version, which does look pretty nice, but all their other bags are all black everything. It has a really, really nice and sleek aesthetic when it's on your back. It's something that, especially if you're a commuter going on a train, bus, any of those things, it's gonna stay pretty nice and flush against your back. It's one of actually probably my favorite things about this bag. And just take this off first. Part of the reason that that's possible is because of the distribution of the pocketing within the bag, which we'll definitely get into. But overall, I would call it really superior design as far as integration of organization all the way from top to bottom within the bag. It's made out of a Microhex HTX, which stands for High Tenacity 3-Layer Waterproof Textile. And this is a proprietary Black Ember textile they've been using for a couple of iterations of their bags. And when you use it, or when you feel it, I should say, on the Citadel R2, it has this more kind of matte look finish to it, whereas this is a bit of a deeper black, and it feels a little bit more like kind of a baggy material, even though it is still kind of that same material, or the next evolution of that material. Still maintains that waterproof, I don't know, seal within that 3 layers somehow, which is fantastic. Has YKK AquaGuard zippers all the way around the bag, which are really, really nice and smooth to use. Especially with these Hyphalon zipper pulls, which are laser cut, if I am reading this correctly, which again is really nice. They're made perfectly for these zippers because of that laser cut. There are also 3 grab handles along the outside of the bag, one on either side, and then one on the top. These are all the same. They're made out of a nylon webbing of some kind. They're stitched in, and you can really see the stitch along the outside. It is beautifully stitched. It feels like it's not going anywhere, and you could fill this bag completely out and never worry about the weight kind of tearing into the handles, which is really, really nice. At the bottom of the bag, there are a couple of nylon last straps, which are removable, but you can't really put them anywhere else on the bag. So if you want to use them, you're committed to putting stuff through the bottom here. And this is going to be great for any of that external carry if you want to throw a jacket under here, tripod, yoga mat, anything like that. All right, the back panel and harness system are really, really nice to use, really comfortable, hide away in a really elegant and simple to use way. You can see how thick these pads are, these straps, or the pads under the straps here. They do take a little bit of breaking in. You can feel kind of how rigid they are, but overall really nice and comfortable. They don't dig into your shoulder at all. They do have these adjustment points at the top, which are just Velcro adjustment points. And this is basically just to adjust the straps to your frame. They are not load lifters, so cannot be used in that capacity. Also space for a sternum strap, and I do like this integrated sternum strap here. It's got a nice elastic stretch portion to it. It's magnetic, so you can use it with one hand pretty easily. And then it has all of these adjustment points. At the bottom, and again, you can see all the detailing is just beautiful. The detailing is just beautiful on this bag. The stitching, all of these leather or hyphalon portions are laser cut, so they feel really, really nice and smooth on the outside. The back paneling is nice, thick back paneling. Again, feels pretty rigid. It is comfortable to wear for extended periods of time, and it has this nice back channel on it. So your back does get a little bit sweaty, just like any backpack, but this was pretty comfortable to use overall. In that back channel is also a nice little luggage pass-through, or a strap that can be used as a luggage pass-through. It can also be used just to carry the bag on this side. However, this is not a padded strap, so not super comfortable to use. Underneath, these flaps here are Velcro, and this gives you the ability to hide away either of the straps or both of the straps just underneath in a really, really quick maneuver there. So if you do want to go straight over to briefcase carry, basically, you can hide both of them just behind the back panel, which is really nice if you're going to briefcase carry, because obviously it does thicken the back panel or make it a little lopsided, but because it's not going on your back, it doesn't really matter. It still looks really, really nice in briefcase carry mode. There are two noticeable compartments along the outside of the bag: the quick access pocket, which we'll jump into in a second, and then the main compartment. Along the front of the bag, we have an awesome quick access pocket that has a nice key lash, magnetized key lash here, which is really nice. You can add your keys to. Then it's got a couple of different pockets, and this is that organization I was talking about earlier. And this pocketing system, you can see, only goes about, I don't know, at least maybe about 2 inches on the bottom of this pocket where the pockets end. So they're all lifted off the ground, almost like they have a little cushion underneath them. But there's also two nice big lined ripstop pockets at the back. And right in front of those, there's mirrored mesh pockets. And these mirrored mesh pockets, again, can be used for anything. I've got all these knickknacks in this portion of the bag: headphones, notebook, deck of cards, tools, gum and floss. Got to keep your teeth fresh. And a Swiss Army knife. Definitely a lot of things that can fit in here. I definitely did not pack this portion of the bag out. There's a really nice and good dimension to this. And if you remember from the R2 review that I did, one of the things that I didn't like about that main or that quick access pocket, which actually did have similar pocketing overall, is that there was very little dimension to it. So when you packed out the bag, or when you packed out the main compartment of the bag, it really became hard to use this quick access pocket. Totally have solved that issue. No issues using this on a regular basis. Now on to the main event. We've got a nice clamshell opening bag, which in my opinion is great. I love a good clamshell. It makes it so that you can see everything inside your bag, which is awesome. On the back, you can feel how thick the back paneling is. Even though you can maneuver it here, it is still really thick and comfortable. And in front of that, you've got your tech compartment, or your main tech compartment. Laptop compartment, which I've got a 13-inch MacBook in here right now, and you can see it disappears, tons of room. You could easily fit a 15 or 16-inch MacBook in here, or any other laptop that's 15 or 16 inches, and a really thick, nice lined compartment here. And it's got like a felt or like a wool lining of some kind, and it's thick. You can feel how thick it is. Just in front of that, another padded compartment for your tablet, which I've got a older 10-inch iPad, and again, you can see it's basically disappearing in this pocket, so you could easily fit something a little bit bigger than this. I've got a keyboard on top of it, so no problem fitting either of these. They both feel really nice and snug, which I love because there's no, I don't know, added way to secure these, so I don't feel like they're going to fall out. I wouldn't invert this necessarily. I'm sure that both of them would fall out, but overall they feel nice and snug. On the front side of the main compartment, we've got a couple of different things, again, adding to that organization. I'll start on the bottom actually, and there's probably about, I don't know, 3 inches or so of depth at the bottom of this front part of the bag, which is, again, really nice. Never feels like it interferes with the tech compartment. On this side, this mesh compartment here is actually meant for a water bottle. It fit my 24-ounce water bottle really nicely. I think you could easily fit probably at least like a 32-ounce in here and comfortably still have the bag have some room. Just behind that, and kind of next to, is a zippered compartment. This is also a little bit mesh, a little bit ripstop, or that ripstop material. I've got things like a charger, my MiFi in here, but nice for additional bigger tech items. You could also fit things as big as like a mini keyboard. You could throw your mouse in there, a few other tech items pretty easily. And again, you're gonna use that 3 inches or so of depth. I also had my headphones in there, kind of blocking in front. Above that is a really interesting compartment. And this is basically, let's zoom in a little bit here. This is basically their TKS sling. And this TKS sling, if you've seen the TKS sling, it was another Kickstarter item. This was also a Kickstarter item that I got, is a nice tech bag. Zoom back out. The TKS sling is a great tech bag that doubles as a sling. What they've done here is integrated a version of it, and it gives you this nice kind of clamshell opening. So you can see what's in here. I've got all my cables, all that cable management, my mouse, extra hard drive, brick, if you will, for wires, all stuffed in here. And again, it just closes with this magnetic compartment. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different compartments that you can put things in. So ultimately it has a ton of organization in it. It has this nice accordion fold to it, so it stretches out really nicely across this top portion of the bag. I think one of the things that I love about this the most is this integration. Oftentimes it's really hard to have the top portion of your bag stay full or keep things at the top of your bag, and this is a really simple and elegant way that fixes that. The other nice thing is that there is a wire pass-through here, which goes right into the front main compartment, or the front quick compartment, and through that you can charge your phone. All right, so who is the Black Ember Shadow Pack for? I would definitely say it's for that urban or city commuter, but I would also say there's an added element of somebody who's looking for a bag that has a ton of organization. If you're the kind of person who wants a catch-all bag of some kind, a rucksack, something that opens clamshell but doesn't have any of the integrated organization, you may not like this bag. I don't know if it's gonna be for you. But if you're the kind of person who needs organization, if you don't use pouches on the side, if you're trying to have one bag to commute with, one bag to kind of take everywhere with all your tech in it, this could be the bag for you. Overall, I found the Black Ember Shadow Pack to be an epic installment in everyday carry. And as I mentioned, they basically took all the feedback that a lot of users had from the Black Ember Citadel R2, which again is a great bag in its own right, has its own unique features and modularity and whatnot. And they simplified it and made it a lot easier to purchase a new Black Ember bag. This bag comes in right now, I think you can pre-order it from their website. It's like $185. I'll put the price somewhere, like right here. And I think it's gonna retail for about $225 or $235. So if you're looking for a new bag that you'll probably get in honestly like the next month or two, I found Black Ember to be epic in their service quality. If you never reach out to them or if you've got questions about where your stuff is, they're gonna know and they're gonna be able to tell you. I think this is a fantastic bag and it saves you a little bit of money over the R2, which like I said is elegant in its own right, but in order to deck out with handles and lash straps on the bottom and other things, you're gonna be paying $300 for that bag. So at $183, this might be a better bag for you. Thanks for joining me for another bag review by Dave Sam. This was a really, really fun bag review. I could totally see myself using the Shadow Pack for when we go back to work, holding all my work stuff on a day in, day out basis. Badge, work phone, work laptop, all that stuff. It's sleek, it's pretty fashionable, it doubles as a briefcase, and overall it's waterproof. I think it's honestly one of the most perfect work bags I've probably ever used. I'd love your thoughts on my style, on the Shadow Pack, or potentially on other bags that you want to see. So please comment below. If you're going down there, any ways to comment, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, get notified, and check me out for new videos. Thanks for joining me for this one.